Hey, everybody, this is Patti. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you are watching this when we first drop. This is the witching hour, and the witching hour means it is a time when the veil is thin and magic happens. We have some really fun magic for you today. I am excited to get to know him a little better myself. We have the one and only Ken Boggle from Tarot Reader from Living for the Dead on Hulu and Disney Plus. He is funny, he is fabulous, he is magical. Welcome, Ken.
Hi, Miss Patty. How are you?
I am so good. I'm thrilled to have you on. I've been going through all your stuff. Your show is great because it is not, I do a lot of paranormal TV shows, and yours is not like any out there. And that is great. So, for anybody who doesn't know, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, how you got there, your path.
Sure. I've been doing psychic medium tarot card readings now for 31 years. I started when I was an 8-year-old baby, and my granny taught me everything I knew. And then I started doing paranormal investigations in earnest probably 15 years ago, and then started reading professionally a little more than 10 years ago. And I got hooked up with all the right people, and I've done some amazing readings for some amazing folks. I've made my way in the paranormal scene. I met you at Unity in Vegas
Yes.
and had such a great time. You're as beautiful now as you were then. So
Thank you.
clearly I have to take better care of myself because Patty does not age. And so now I'm on this great, big, amazing show produced by Kristen Stewart, the first LGBTQ plus fully inclusive paranormal investigation show on Hulu if you're in America, and then Disney Plus and Stars Plus everywhere else.
That is amazing. And
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
all the characters are brilliant. And I love that I'm a tarot reader too, and I'm paranormal. I have never brought tarot into an investigation. I
I,
love how you do that.
to my knowledge, and again, to my knowledge, if I offend anybody, I'm sorry. But to my knowledge, I'm the only person that has developed the certain spread that I use that allows me to understand not just who the spirit is, but what the issue is, who they were in life, who they were in death, what is their spiritual environment, their motivations, their intentions. And it's a huge, beautiful 10-card spread that I call the mirror. I use it on the living and I use it on the dead because it just works perfectly. And so in an investigation, I use tarot like just simply, is the place haunted? If so, what? And then I do an explorative spread into that. And then from there, I understand each individual spirit, if there are any. So yeah, I think I'm the only tarot card reader to ever be on a paranormal investigation show.
I think
Look
so
at
too.
him.
I
How
think,
amazing.
that is amazing. Again, and how clever that is. Again, being a reader, she's going, I've never even thought to bring my card. You're either doing the medium work or you're doing the investigation work or you're doing whatever along the way. So how I understand being a tarot reader and growing up in it and the gift and all that. But paranormal still is something different. Did that just happen to you, or it's just because you were seeing spirits?
Oh, it's because I grew up in a haunted house, Pat.
Wow.
Seriously, it was so traumatizing to me. And I would lay there in bed and I would hear this spirit come down the hallway, and there was something wrong with his leg, and it was this older man. Our backyard was like 20 yards away was a graveyard, but not like these nice manicured graveyards. This was like an old southeastern coal mine graveyard. And I would lay there in bed and I would hear step, drag, and I would just be filled with fear and panic. And then I would look over because the door frame was on the right side of the bed. I'd look over and he would look in the door frame to see that I was seeing him. And then he would walk in. And then the three women would walk in behind him and they would all circle the bed and they would all lean in on my face. And while they didn't say anything or make noise, it felt like they were screaming at me. So I went to my granny and Granny's an old Southern woman with a really foul mouth. I'll save you from what she really said. But basically, you look terrible. Like, what's going on? And I told her, I just started crying. I explained what was happening. And she was like, don't tell anybody else in the family, but your granny's the same way. And I'll help you. I'll help you. And she sure did. That woman taught me so much more than just about spirit. She taught me about nature. She took me on walks through. We had an open little field area where she taught me about like herbs and how you use herbs. And she was all very into home remedy. Yeah, she's just iconic. But that's how I got started with spirit. and wanted to understand why. Like, why is this happening? And that was the spark of it. And then I just followed it. I became a certified ghost hunter through Patty Starr, as did our friendship coffee. And that was 10 years ago. And I've been doing paranormal investigating ever since. And I just honestly, the truth is, in my normal everyday paranormal investigation, I'll go in and get a base reading from my gut. And then I will usually do the equipment base line. And then I get the cards out. So yeah, that's usually my flow. But because you have to follow those procedures, you know what it's like. You have procedures to do a proper investigation. So that's usually my flow.
Awesome. Did you ever figure out who the man and the 3 women were?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I was traumatized. I wanted no part of it. And it was so traumatizing that I actually have had to do work to reclaim that younger me from the trauma through therapy and all kinds of things. It really messed with me. Like, it really messed me up. Yeah.
You know what I would tell you to do? Fill up a bathtub. If this is Southern, you should know that. Throw in some salt for
Oh, I do
cleansing.
it maybe I
Large
just did it.
Did you
I
add some sugar, plain old white sugar for sweetness, and a little
oh,
bit of milk for nurturing. Salt, sugar, milk. Old-fashioned Southern conjure folk magic. Best 30-cent bath you'll ever had. It's womb work. And then call in that little kid, but you don't remember, not you grown up, you remembering. Listen to him. It'll be a very different conversation. Because we
yeah.
go to therapy and we do all this stuff and we're trying to remember, but we're going to remember from our adult perspective and point of view. Let your kid talk and it'll be from their maturity level, understanding level, and you'll get a whole different story.
One of the things that we've done is not trying to remember it. It's a guided meditation where I present myself to him, and then I hold him and take him out of the situation. And as we walk away from it, we make peace with it and we consolidate as one. So it's recapturing the younger me from a traumatic experience. It's been really great. I cried. I cried every time I did it until a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, I feel healed. I feel connected. You know what I
Good.
mean? Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's a beautiful thing. But I did not know you should put sugar and milk in your salt bath. I didn't know that.
For doing a nurturing go back into childhood, it truly is homework. That's why you get
That makes
naked. I always light a candle, shut down your chatty left brain. You don't want to be over analyzing. And
yeah.
again, its secret is I always go think for a second and you think back, but then you put that little kid there in your mind's eye and then don't try to remember. Let them talk. And it's so different coming from that 6-year-old, 7-year-old, whatever age, dad. And then this man came in and because so often it's illogical. So it's stuff you don't comprehend in your grown up mind because it's an illogical, immature little kid. And you
Yeah.
go, "Oh," and then you fix it. And then you soothe them and tell them that they're perfect and they didn't do anything or whatever you need to do. Salt, sugar, milk, old fashioned.
I
Wet.
love that. Note to self
No
from now on.
ch-
But I take a salt bath every day.
Good. It's good.
Every
No,
day. Yeah.
well, adding the sugar and milk makes you feel like breakfast cereal. Feel
I'm
lovely.
lactose intolerant. Is that gonna
No,
be a problem?
and Cheerios.
Yeah. I'm a Frosted Flakes kind of kid
You're a
or a
frosted
Cinnamon Toast
flake.
Crunch.
It's got salt. It's got sugar. It's got milk.
I love that. I love that.
Ah. So I know on one of your episodes, and I just have a thing I don't like clowns. You went to the clown hotel. Tell me about it. I won't go there. I
Mm.
will go to the darkest, scariest, most demonic, haunted Cecil hotels, the worst prisons. Not the clown
Yeah.
hotel.
No, clowns are terrifying. I do better now. I'm better now because I think that filming that episode and being there for a week was exposure therapy, I think. It just it is a place I would have never gone to on my own accord. But the cool thing was I was there with my friends and they were very supportive and they were very loving and they were very understanding until they asked me to go into the clown motel lobby where there are 2,000 clowns and sent me in the dark. Patty, these are my friends. Like, I love these people and I thought they loved me. We've since got over it. We have forgiven and forgot. But yeah, it was crazy to be. The thing about the clown motel is that the Tonopah Cemetery has actually shifted. And the motel is built to some degree into the space where some of the graves have shifted. That's my understanding. Regardless, when I was in that lobby doing this sensory deprivation experiment, I could hear the voices of the spirits under the floor. So here I had voices under the floor. I had 2000, my worst fear, one of my worst fears, sharks, clowns, spiders. It's a thing. And I had a 7-foot shadow circling me that could only be described as tricksterish and clownish, and it was really terrifying. So, no, I don't think I'll ever go back to Tonopah. If I do, there's another a hotel there where allegedly a lady jumped to her death. So I would probably go to that hotel. They can keep the clowns. I paid my dues, I think.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't and it's funny, long before the paranormal world, clowns have always had this energy about them. I didn't like them when I was a kid. I was just recently in Haunted Hill House in Texas somewhere, and I had the Victorian every little girl's dream, fluffy pink dolls, a lot of haunted dolls, old dolls, Victorian death dolls, and somebody who yanks you off the bed, a spirit and a shadow man. But I gladly stayed in that room because the other room was a clown room. And I'm like,
Smart.
and
You're
not even
smart.
all of them were haunted clowns. They were like Halloween clowns. I don't care. I don't care.
No, I think you made the right choice, my love.
I
You
did.
made the right choice. Yeah.
I did. And as I'm sleeping, I don't care, no clowns. Ah. So how did you guys so this is great. You guys just put your show together. I love that it's LGBTQ. And did you guys have time to play together first? Did you guys to get to know each other? Or were you just, okay, we are a team? Because you're a great team.
Oh, it amazes me every day that 5 totally unique individuals can form any kind of unity the way we did. Like, we're all very different from one another. We see things differently. We have different paths. We identify differently than each other. It amazes me that we got as close as we have become. We were there, from my knowledge, there was like 7,000 people that auditioned to be on this program. They
Wow.
whittled it down to 12, and then it took us to the Hollywood Hills in a haunted mansion in Hollywood Hills. And I thought that was so cool at the time. And we they slowly the production casting company worked together, and they removed people throughout the days. So we started as 12 and we ended up as 7. And then they said, go home, we'll pick the 5.
Wow.
And the 7 of us started a group chat, and we started to talk and chat and get to know each other. And it was this time last year that they called and said, these are the 5. And it was later that night, the 5 of us got on the phone and said, let's get to know each other. And we did. We played games together. We did the video face thing that you do. And see, Patti, I'm so old school. And we did this video face thing that you do. And then FaceTime is what it's called. We did FaceTime. And then we started just calling each other up and sharing our lives together, like genuinely sharing our lives. And then we got to go to Nevada, if I'm not mistaken. We got to go to Nevada before we got to Tonopah, and we all met up. And it was the first time we'd seen each other in months. And we were just so happy to see each other. We got all set up, and we all got to hang out. Then the rest of it was just working and having a great time together. We got to play a little bit. When you're staying in like the Copper Queen in Bisbee, Arizona, you got to find fun. You know what I mean? You have to find fun. And I think it was me and Juju in the Copper Queen that paid a guy who was just sitting at a bar like $20 to play Sweet Dreams so we could sing it on the microphone together. I wish I had a video of that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, I just did a thing at the Copper Queen.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's got stuff. It's got
Hot stuff.
really mixed
Yeah.
and there's a lot of stuff being held back and yeah, so you gotta make your own stuff. We did an investigation. I stayed there for 2 or 3 days. Weird stuff happened, not regular investigation stuff happened. I love because most people would not know even where the Copper Queen is or where Bisbee is or where anything else. So that's
Right. Yeah. It's a beautiful place though. And
it
they
is.
had,
Oh, no, I love it. I love the daughter. I didn't meet the woman who owned it, but the daughter is really great. She's coming to some of my classes now. She's starting to do her own ghost things.
oh, I love that. She should. How smart. Very
Yes.
smart.
Yeah.
Very, yeah. Great place. I loved it. And they had such great antiques. and they had great pie. There's a place that sells pie that was phenomenal. And
No,
Juju bought us all a slice of me and Alex and Juju went shopping, and she bought us all a slice of pie. And I was like, how
that
can you not love these people? They're all so good. I love them.
awesome. Yes, anybody who brings you pie, and I love that you have a witch on the show. I'm on
Yeah,
one of the shows I'm on, Ghost Finders. I'm one of the 2 witches. So nice that they're bringing that magical spirituality into things in whatever form. So what about you do you do certain do you bring your belief system into your protection techniques? What do you do when you're going into a real dark or scary with or without clowns?
with clowns, I just shut my eyes really tight. No, I do my own little sort of magic. I do my own sort of blend of things. I'm a practicing Buddhist, but I grew up in a Christian home. And years ago, I met the Dalai Lama. We had a private teaching from the Dalai Lama.
Wow.
And he was saying that when one converts, they should still maintain some connection to what they grew up in, or it creates confusion and conflict in the spirit. So I incorporate a lot of my Buddhist chants and meditations into my protection. Also includes my Christian faith and prayers. I tried really hard though, Patty, not to make it offensive to anybody because
Right.
I wanted to be very inclusive, but I also wanted to honor myself. So there's a couple of times that you see me do that, but most of the protection work I do happens before I ever even get out of the RV.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm very careful too. You don't want to offend people. That's why, and I know you have a nice connection with nature, and that's the one I use. I'll work within every dang belief system. Bring me the Christians, bring me the Jews, bring me the Buddhists, bring me the pagans like myself. Bring I
Here.
can understand nature, the strength of a tree, the solidity of earth itself, and
Yeah. The fall of a leaf. As Grady, one of
it,
Grady's greatest sermons, I used to say, one of her greatest sermons or teaching moments was the fall of a leaf and just how beautiful it was and the magic that was happening. Even the leaves turning to receive rain was, Granny would say, it's going to rain. And we would say, how do you know? She's one, my knees hurt. And two, because Granny was a million years old. She said, one, my knees are hurting. And two, the leaves have turned rain 5 minutes later. It happened every single time. It
really,
was,
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. She taught me so much. But yeah, I incorporate a lot of that into what I do. And even like the salt bath, that was a suggestion from Granny.
Yeah, it's nothing better. Give salt protection, salt on your food, salt in your bath, salt everywhere.
I'm
Uh,
about to have French fries in a minute, so
oh,
salt on
that's
my
right. Yeah,
it's exactly what
yeah.
Uncle Kid needs that.
Yeah, so you did take on an uncle role on the show, right? You were the elder of the group,
Yeah.
or present tense, new. It's new.
Yeah. So I was. That's exactly what sort of happened. Because it was like you were saying earlier, Patty, like, why would you have a tarot card reader in an paranormal? They're not, it's not an essential piece. And I knew I had been investigating for a long time. And so I brought that. But Logan, Juju, Roz, Alex, they're all paranormal investigators as well. And they have their own tools, techniques, and procedures. For a minute, I was really stuck as to what is my voice in this. And I think anytime you're with a new group of people, you have that moment where you decide kind of what each other's lane is. And it just turned out that every time there's a door to open, I like to open it. Anytime there's somebody wearing high heels, I help you out the RV. I even help Logan, like,
Yeah.
step off a curb and hold his hand. And we'd walk down the town. And like anytime we were walking on the street, I was always to the side where the traffic was. And I tried to keep everybody else on the side. Just, I'm so Southern and gentlemanly. It, as it relates to the context of the relationship that you have with other people, it became, I show you I care by protecting you and helping you and opening doors and doing these things. Going shopping at Walmart for fabric softener and detergent so that we could all wash our clothes. We all shared detergent for 2 months. It was amazing. And we had such a great time doing it. But yeah, I developed the Uncle Ken vibes.
That's
It,
awesome.
yeah, one magazine called, I think it was The Beast. I think it was called The Beast or Vox or something like this. They called me the deep fried daddy with a Diane Keaton bowler hat.
Oh, that's cute.
I
Oh,
think it's iconic.
I get that. I love it.
I think
Deep
it's the most amazing thing in the entire
fried.
world.
Like, yeah, take that title. That's
Yeah.
good.
Deep
I
fried
love
daddy. Yeah,
that.
that's going on my new Tinder profile. Deep fried daddy with a Diane Keaton bowler hat.
Yeah, you won't get swipes. That is funny. So
Yeah.
now I saw spirits when I was little too. I'm parano and but I mine was always really positive. I saw the dark stuff and we know the dark stuff's there and the light stuff. But you starting out with so negative and fear, does that hit you? Does that little I know you've been doing a lot of work on it and therapy, but does that hit you now still being a paranormal if something comes up that reminds you?
No, it doesn't trigger me quite the way it used to. I guess time and distance
No.
and experience has changed that for me. But I receive it differently because I changed my protection technique too. And I changed my approach. 31 years of doing anything, you know what you definitely you know that you evolve and it's important to evolve. Whether you're
Decades.
doing 31 years or 3 months, you should evolve. So I just have. So I don't get it the way that I used to have it. I used to be petrified. And I used to actually pray for the gift to leave me.
Mhm.
And that's what I was crying about with my granny because I was like, I'm seeing these things and I don't want to see it anymore. Like I was crying and she was like, oh, it's actually a gift. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I came up with an on-off switch when I was really little.
Yeah,
I ran around with my thumbs and my fingers, and I everybody wondered why, like I was sucking my thumb, but that was my off switch. Now I could go like this 1 second, and I don't have to stand like this, off. I would go to the grocery store, I don't wanna see your dead mother, I wanna get groceries, off, on. But yeah, I developed that
absolutely.
because you got to, because otherwise you're the one of those crazy ones.
Yes. Now, Patty, look, you and I did not confer on this earlier, but the reality is I teach the same thing in my classes. You have to learn how to shut off
You do?
because you should never be openly vulnerable and exposed to the other side 24/7. It will drive you batty. It'll drive you crazy.
Well, you might have to come teach a guest class at my school. It's an
Well,
online Zoom school, it's international. You get to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hello, people in Australia, all at the same time.
do you know what an honor that would be? Like, you don't have no idea what that like, that would be an honor.
Oh,
Like,
my students would love you.
you're iconic. Like, you're iconic, and I love you for it.
Thank you, no, but I'm not a Diane Keaton with the bowler head, Big Daddy. No, I'm not. I don't have that title. Yeah. Oh, so what's coming up? Do you guys know about future stuff yet? You guys have a long way to go. What's coming up for you that we could all
W
look forward to?
We have 4 more weeks until we find out if we have a second season. 4 more weeks, and it has been grueling to get through it. When you love something as much as I loved doing this show and being with my friends and helping those people, being away from it has been detrimental to me. I have not done well being away from it. So I can't wait to go back. But for right now, I'm teaching classes and I'm teaching tarot, psychic development. I'm still doing private readings. I still on the dirty road of convention circuits,
I need
markets
to
and
also
fairs.
should be seeing you on that someone soon, I'm sure. Getting
I
into
hope so. I hope so. So yeah, that's what's up for me. And I'm really excited about hopefully finishing my book. And it's right now with the editor, Mary Jo, and she's working on some stuff to help me cross T's and dot I's and grammar. And I'm really hoping that gets legs to it probably spring 2024. I hope.
Yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can
Thank
do it.
you.
You can do it.
Thank you, Mother.
Ah. Oh, before we go, this is great. My people are going to so love you. So everybody go watch his show so it gets picked up right to the production company. Just say, love this.
Thank you very much. And listen, I want to say from the bottom of my heart how cool it is to hang out with you. Your vibe is so my vibe. And when I met you in Vegas, you were busy. We were all doing things. And I walked away and I said to my friend who was with me, I said, that chick and I could be bosom buddies.
Okay.
So I adore you and I respect you, dude. And I think you're amazing. But also, I want to say happy holidays to everybody at home and to you and whatever holidays you're celebrating. Have a great one. And you'll watch Living for the Dead. It was a great, back in the day in the Victorian era, and Patty, you can speak to this. You know this to be true. Didn't they used to tell ghost stories during the holidays? That's
Yes,
what we have
yes.
Christmas Carol.
It's the going into the dark time. That's yeah, the Christmas ghost stories around the fire, around the tree, candlelight. We are
Being
new.
you.
We are busting now, and we will get on
Yes.
that circuit together, and you come out my way. And we didn't even get to talk about our mutual love of Stevie Nicks yet.
Oh my gosh, we'll do that soon. We'll
We
do
will
that
have
soon.
to do that soon.
But happy holidays.
Happy
Everybody, please watch Living for the Dead on Hulu
holidays.
and take care of yourselves. And if you can find time, please donate to somebody who's in need this time of year. We are our brother's keeper, and it's very important that we take care of our brothers and sisters' children. If you have children in your life that are in need, please give something to them because that's the only reason why we're here is to help each other. So please do that.
And he ends everything with that. That's what this is your talk that you speak. So how can people find you if they don't know where to find you?
They go to kenboggle.com. That's if like you want to book a reading, if you want to book classes, if you want to see my events, and if you want to shop, because I've got Ken Boggle merch now. It looks like this, just me in a bowler hat, but it's really done very cool, like John Lennon style. It's very cool. And if you want to follow me, go to social media. Everything is at Ken Boggle, no punctuation, no fancy letters or anything. It's just at Ken Boggle, Bogle. And I'm the kind of guy that if you tag me in stuff that supports what I do, I support you. And I try to say happy birthday when I can. So I'm not just one of these people that say, follow me so I get my numbers up. I want to know that you're okay. I don't want to support you and whatever it is that you find important in your life.
You're the real deal. And that's why I've fallen in love with you as well. So thank you, Ken, for bringing your magic to the witching.